Living here in Alaska for the last 3 months has been quite an adventure. And with only 8 days left to be here, I want to give you a summary of some of the best and some of the worst things that living here in Alaska has to offer. So for number one, I would say the best thing that Alaska, just the best, most incredible thing, and you notice it right off the bat, is nature. This environment, wherever you go in Alaska, it's gorgeous. You don't even need like some high-end camera. I have an iPhone, that's all I have. And any photo you take, it's gorgeous. Right outside where I live, there's a bluff and it's like mountains. And then where I was yesterday, there was mountains and it's gorgeous. Everywhere where you go, it's beautiful and gorgeous. It's awesome. Second thing that's incredible about Alaska, about being in Alaska, is everybody comes here from around the world. I have co-workers that are from Serbia. I have co-workers that are from New York. And then you get to meet people that are tourists and they're from around the world in Germany and Korea. It's incredible. Now the third thing that's incredible is the food. Oh my goodness, the food is so good here. But it's specific food, so hold on. Just like how I love Mexican food in California and in Mexico, I love seafood in Alaska. It's incredible. My restaurant that I work at is so good. The salmon, the halibut, the rockfish, the crab, it's incredible. Number 4, there's animals everywhere. And I know it sounds weird, but there's moose everywhere. And you have to be really careful because you could hit a moose and it could like really like trash your car, total your car. But when I'm driving home, like usually at like 11:30 midnight, where I live, it's kind of like away from town a little bit, or like it's on the side, and so there's moose crossing signs and they're everywhere, and you gotta take a picture of a moose, and it's so cool, and they're really big and they're super dangerous, but they're really cool. And then I was at my friend's house a few months ago, and there was a bear outside of his house in the trash, and I was like, and then they go outside and they're like, "Hey bear, go away bear," trying to make the bear get out of their trash. And I'm like, "Get inside, it's a bear, ah!" It was really, really fun, and that was awesome. The next thing that's really cool about Alaska is, so it's so cold that there's no bees, like at all. There's no bees, there's no snakes, there's no termites at all. It's too cold. But that's where you get to the worst things. See, when there's no bees, there's something else. There's mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are everywhere, and they're terrible, and my thing is moving. Mosquitoes at night, oh, it's gross, it's disgusting. You get like mosquito bites everywhere, so you have to get inside. The second worst thing about being in Alaska is it's so dark. But that's in the winter. In the summer, oh my goodness, it's like light all the time. But in the winter, it's so dark. And that darkness influences so much of the world that we live in here in Anchorage. And that's what brings us to our next thing. One of the hardest parts about being here is that people sometimes, without the sunlight, they get kind of depressed and they get kind of sad. And that's really hard because so much of here is incredible and beautiful, and while it's awesome, people are really sad. And they kind of lose vision and they lose hope. And that brings me to the worst part about being in Alaska. The worst thing about living here is that Alaska has the highest rate of suicide than any other state. Hands down, than any other state. And being here, I had to learn very quickly that Alaska, a lot of people are without hope. So there you have it. Those are the top 5 best things about living in Alaska. The top 5 worst things about living in Alaska. It's an incredible state, and don't just take my word for it. Come and experience it yourself. So have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.